Podcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All rights reserved.
All right, folks, looks like we are live. We have audio. Cameras are working. Let me check I did not check my scoreboard camera. Let me get that lined up. All right, scoreboard camera looks lined up. Everything's set, ready to go. We are about just over 8 minutes till tip-off for the high school boys game. This is the consolation bracket for third place. It'll be the Riverview Christian School Eagles on the left in the white as home, hosting the PCCS Knights high school boys for third place at the Riverview tournament. And this is the last game for this tournament for the Knights. Our next game will be on, I believe, Monday. Let me go look at that schedule. All right, next game is on the 24th. We should be in El Dorado. Nope, sorry, that's in Bolivar. Knights versus Buffs in Bolivar. PCCS Knights versus El Dorado Springs Buffs. And that'll be, I believe, 3 games. I'll check that in just a minute. All right. Yeah, that's middle school boys, high school girls, high school boys, and we should be live for all 3 of those games. I'm going to sign in the Game Changer and make sure that that is in Bolivar. And confirming yes, Monday's games in Bolivar at Bolivar Middle School in Bolivar, Missouri. That'll be 3 games, and we will be live at Bolivar Middle School. They usually have a pretty good Wi-Fi signal there, and I think we've upgraded our studio equipment well enough that everything should work pretty well there this year, even though they blocked some of my equipment. We've figured out how to overcome that. All right, so we'll run through the roster real quick. I've got a copy of the roster for the Christian School Eagles. Number 1, Levi Mullins. Number 3, Christian Bates. Number 5, Alex Voss. Number 13, Cody Stuckey. Number 20, Matthew Napier. Number 23, Josh McGinnis. 24, Peyton Romero. 32, Christian Rommel. 33, Nick Rommel. 40, Titus Johnson. 41, Clayton Huey. And 34, James Gillens. And a couple of those players have the same last name, Christian Rommel and Nick Rommel, so I'll try to use first names only for 32 Christian and 33 Nick. And I will try. I just got this a little bit ago, and that's fine. But if it's not too much effort, I'll try and refer to that roster instead of just using jersey names during the game. We'll see how that goes. And for the PCCS Knights roster, we'll go through the boys real quick. I think I've got that fixed and ready to go. This will be the boys in their own voice. We don't have an intro for number 25, Josh Venom. 31 is, trying to remember who 31 is. And 52, Ben Walker. And 31 escapes me. I'll look that up while the roster is playing. Just a minute. I got to open that roster real quick. Okay. So in jersey number sequence, here's the boys.
My name is Tyler Anderson. I'm in ninth grade, and my number is 00.
My name is Landon Gray. I'm in ninth grade, and my number is 3.
My name is Olin Garner. I am a freshman and my group number 10.
Ian Walker, number 30, sophomore. Richard Burton, 12th grade, number 33. Ledger Russ, 11th grade, 42.
All right, and that's the, thank you, ma'am. That's the roster of all of the high school boys that I've got. Again, I did not have an intro, a self-introduction for number 25, Josh Venom. And let me go look at my written roster and see who number 30 is. I'm sorry, 31. I'm struggling to get that to open. We're just under 2 minutes from tip-off. That's why I couldn't think of it. High school boys, 31. That's actually one of the middle school boys. That's Jonah Skinner. I had him in the wrong column, so he is not or does not appear to be dressed out for this game. And the Knights are taking the court. 21 seconds from tip-off. Knights are on the court, ready to go. Starting, we have Ledger Rest, number 42. Josh Venom, 25. Lucas Burton, number 33. Landon Gray, number 3. And Ben Walker, number 52. And the Eagles are on the court, starting 32. Christian 24. Romero. 20. Napier. Napier with a tip-off. Eagles get first possession. And Gray intercepting a pass there over to Rust. Fast break. Knights in possession. Trying to take control of the game early. And there goes Venom with a three-point effort. No good. But Lucas Burton with a putback for 2. Knights, first one's on the board. Eagles bringing the ball down. That was Nick trying to make a jump shot from just inside the paint near the free throw line. And he drew a foul. Folks, appreciate you tuning in to PCCS TV. Nick on the free throw line shooting for 2. First one off the front of the rim, no good. Second shot is no good, and there's Burton. After the rebound, it's on the floor. Gray picks it up. Gray bringing it across for the Knights, and down to Venom. Venom to Burton. Burton with a three-point effort. It's off the side of the rim, and Eagles get that rebound. Racing back down to the far end, and that's Bates with the ball inside to Nick. Nick outside to Napier. Napier to 23. That's McGinnis. McGinnis out to Bates. Bates back to 32. Nick. Nope, that's not Nick. That was Christian. I'm not sure who it was that made that, but it was a three-point shot for the Eagles. So it's 3-2. Eagles leading by 1. And Venom's got the ball. Oh, he lost it. And Bates there to take it, take advantage of it. Back down, putting it up for a layup. Missed the shot. It was almost in. Good effort. Eagles ball under their own basket. 24 bringing the ball in for the Eagles. That's Romero. Romero to 23. McGinnis. Eagles put it up for 3. No good. Walker doing what he does under the basket with a rebound. Brings it straight out. Gray got it. Take it over to the far side. Oh! Pass over Gray's head from Rust, and it's a backcourt violation. So it's going to be Eagles ball. Eagles bringing the ball in. That's 23. McGinnis with the ball over to 32. Down to the 23 on the far side. He sinks it for 3. That's another three-pointer, folks. Knights are going to have to either start doing their own or bring in a defense that's going to fix that. It's still early in the game. I'm sure that coach is trying to figure out their weaknesses and decide what he's going to make an adjustment for. Burton's got the ball down to Rust on the near side. Rust driving in, passes it out to Gray. Gray putting up shot from the corner, no good. Over to Venom. Venom up to Burton. Burton going for 3. Missed the shot. Eagles get the rebound, and Eagles bringing it back down. Loose ball. Rust picks it up. Gray's got the ball. He's making a fast break and putting it up for 2 and draws a foul, I believe. Gray's going to the free throw line shooting for 2. That was on number 20, Napier. Gray's first free throw is up. It's good. So it is 6-4. Eagles are bringing in number 13, Stuckey. They're going to give Napier a breather. Gray's second free throw is up. Nothing but net. So it's 6-4. And the Eagles bringing the ball down. Over to 13, Stuckey. Oh, three-point effort from number 3 on the far side. No good. Gray's got the ball. He's trying to make a fast break. He's going to slow it up, set it up. Driving back down to the paint, putting up a jump shot, did not draw a foul. So the Eagles bringing the ball back. And that's 23. McGinnis, no shot. He puts it back out to 32. 32, back out to 3, into 24. 24, putting it up in the air to McGinnis. McGinnis trying to drive down to the baseline. And, well, ball was on the floor. McGinnis picks it up, gives it 13. 13 back to 32. 32 for a three-point effort, no good. Out to 23. 23 driving into the paint, passes it over to 24, and the ball's out of bounds. It's going to be Knights' ball on the baseline. Venom's going to bring it in for the Knights. Gives the ball to Gray. Gray coming back across. Gray over to Rust on the far side. Rust down to Gray in the corner. Gray has no shot, puts it up to Venom. Venom across to Burton. Burton driving into the paint, putting it out to Gray on the near corner. Gray puts it up for a swish. What a beautiful shot that was, folks. All right, it's tie game, 6-all. Too early to make any judgments at this point, but both teams are playing hard and playing well. The Eagles put up another three-point effort, no good. Walker for the rebound, over to Burton, then Burton to Gray. Gray bringing it down, passes it over to Venom. Venom putting it up from the baseline. Walker doing his rebound with a putback for 2, and the Knights take the lead 8-6. 32 bringing the ball down for the Eagles, over to 23 McGinnis. McGinnis back to 32, over to 3 Bates, back across to McGinnis. McGinnis back up to 32, that's Christian. Christian over to Stuckey. Oh, that was number 3 Bates with a three-pointer. 9-8. Eagles in the lead again. Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights. And passes it to Burton inside. Burton puts it up for 2, no good. Burton gets his own rebound, and several players with a handle on that, and the Eagles take the ball. Bates drives it straight to the basket through some defenders and puts it up for 2. It's 11-8. Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights. Over to Rust on the far side. Rust down to Gray in the corner. Well, trying to get it to Gray in the corner, and there's a whistle. Couple of hands on that, not sure who it's out on. Ref says 20. Napier back in for the sub. And it's going to be green ball on the far sideline near the corner. 24. Romero coming out. Gray got the ball from the inbounds. He's bringing it up top. Down to Venom on the near side. Venom down to the baseline. Back up to Gray for a three-point effort. And a good shot, but it's not in. And so the Eagles trying to make a fast break. Too much defense. He tried to do a pass, and the ball's out of bounds, but there was a whistle. Not sure who the whistle was on. And that's Gardner going in for the Knights. He's coming in for Rust. Rust going to take a breather. All right, it's white ball. Timeout on Eagles. 2 minutes, 21 seconds left in the first quarter. The score is 8-11. Knights trailing by 3. Good competition so far. Both teams are playing well. I'm confident that coaches are both trying to make some minor adjustments, figure out how to combat everybody's offense. Well, folks, we appreciate you tuning in to PCCS TV. Whether you're watching this live or on a replay, this will stay on our YouTube channel. So if you want to go back and watch it again later, we plan on just keeping this stuff live for as long as we've got a YouTube channel, and we don't have any plans on changing that. All right, white ball on the baseline. Under their own basket. Eagles bringing the ball in. And an instant three-point shot. Oh, sorry, apparently I hit a different button. I didn't mean to. We're going to see if we can stop that. There we go. All right. Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights, over to Venom. Venom inside to Walker for 2. Walker puts it up. It's a miss. And the Eagles trying to get that rebound. They do. They're going to bring it back. And a long pass down the court. Number 20. Wow. That was Napier. He was under the basket and got that pass. Put it up for 2. It's 13-8. Gray making it fast return for the Knights. And it's 10-13. Knights trailing by 3 now. All right, Napier going for a three-point effort, and there he goes. He sinks the tray, folks. Holy smokes, the Knights are going to have to do something here. Gray bringing the ball back down. Over to Venom. Venom, he's going to try and show what he's made of, and he's got some three-pointers, but that one wasn't one. But there goes Walker returning it with a putback for two. 16-12. Eagles in the lead by 4. Napier on the far side, thinking about a three. He rethinks it, gives it over to number 3, up to 13. Back to Napier. Napier going for a three there. It's off the rim. Hits the top of the backboard. Whistle, but dead ball. Knights take possession. 16-12. A minute, 3 seconds left in the first quarter. Exciting action on the floor here at Riverview Arena. Landon Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights. Over to Gardner. Gardner to Gray in the corner. Gray driving in along the baseline, taking trying to get advantage of the screen. And there's Walker with a loose ball, trying to pick it up for a shot. May have drawn a foul, not sure. White 33. Green ball on the baseline. Foul was prior to the shot. And Walker, oh no, trying to get the putback. There's Burton with a putback for 2, 16-14. It's a 2-point lead now for the Eagles. All right, 13, bringing the ball over to Napier on the near wing. Napier down to the corner to 32. 32 driving into the paint, putting the shot up. Walker for the rebound. 2 people on the ball. Walker had it in front of him, and 32, Christian grabbed a hold of it. Jump ball on the baseline. It's going to be green ball. Venom bringing the ball into Gray. Gray bringing it down for the Knights. Gray over to Gardner on the far side. Gardner driving into the top of the paint, putting the shot up. It's a miss, and the Eagles jump for that rebound and get it. 32, that's Christian driving to the paint, putting it up. Layup, gentle layup from under the basket. There goes Gray. No, he tried doing a buzzer beater. It was too high. But he had the awareness to realize the clock was about out, and he's trying to make it. Appreciate that. All right, that's the end of the first quarter. It's 18-14. Eagles leading by 4. Looks like a 1-minute intermission during the quarter break while we're on an intermission.
Polk County Christian School glorifies God through excellence as a Christ-centered educational environment that emphasizes servant leadership with a biblical worldview. PCCS athletes, spectators, and families strive to set a Christian example at all times. On behalf of the school board, teachers, and all who have invested time, effort, finances, and prayers, we appreciate the opportunity to have a part in establishing a foundation in the lives of our students through Christian education.
All right, folks, it's time for second quarter action. 8-minute quarters here. White ball. That's Stuckey bringing the ball in to Christian. Christian bringing it across. Over to Napier on the far side. Back up top to Christian. Down to 33. That's Nick on the near side. Nick back to Napier. And over to Christian. Christian puts it up for 2, and it's good. Green ball. Gray bringing it down. It's 20-14. 6-point lead. Gray to Gardner on the far side. In the wing, Gardner up top to Venom. Venom to Burton on the top of the paint. Burton driving into the paint and lost the dribble. And Christian steals it, puts it up for 2, and it's no good. But Nick grabs the rebound, and the Knights end up taking the ball. Venom over to Gray on the far corner, on the near corner. Gray driving toward the paint, puts it out to Burton for a 3. Oh, swirls around the rim and comes out. Napier, long pass to Bates, and Bates puts it up for an easy layup, 22-14. Gray bringing the ball down. Over to Gardner on the near side. Gardner to Gray in the corner for three. Oh, off the rim. And it 33. That's Nick. Gets the rebound. Over to Napier on the far side. He's setting up for a three, and there it goes. But it's off the rim. No good. And they send it back out for Bates to try it. No good. Knights get that. And Gray bringing the ball back down. Setting up top over to Venom on the far side for three, and no good. Eagles grabbing the ball, looking for a pass down court, no pass. That's Christian. He's driving into the paint, putting it up. Missed the shot. Venom with the rebound. Gray bringing it back down. Rust setting up for a sub on the next dead ball. Gardner's got the ball on the near side, driving down the baseline. And after he puts the shot up, it's tipped away from the ball. And Christian gets that ball, that missed shot. And there's a block, I believe, on the shot. 33 Green. Burton with the block on that. Yep, Christian's going to the free throw line, shooting for two. Scores 22-14. Christian's first shot. Oh, it's in the basket and bounced out. And two subs coming in. Rust and Napier. Oh, you know what? I've been messing up some numbers. I've been calling McGinnis and Napier, or vice versa. Napier just came in. Second shot was also a miss, but the Eagles got the rebound and put it up for three. No good, but they struggling to get the rebound, and the Eagles get it. Okay, Burton bringing the ball down for the, the Knights got the rebound. Burton bringing it down, and it's out to Gray. Gray for three, and it's off the rim. And that's Bates getting the rebound off of that missed three. And Burton stealing the ball, passes it off to Gray, going to make a fast break. And Gray, gets a foul. I don't know if they considered that a shot or not. That was on 32, looked like a push. Timeout. Timeout Green. Knights taking a timeout. 5 minutes, 22 seconds left in the first half. Man, this is exciting action in Forsyth at the Riverview Christian School Tournament. Okay, thank you. Really, my struggle is I'm trying to use names and I didn't have time to memorize them. No, I get it. But is it Napier? Napier, yeah. Okay, and then Rammel? Well, I'm using first names because there's two of them. Yeah. Yeah. And I think the rest are pretty easy. Okay, thanks. All right, no audio issue. I had just muted it while I had a conversation here in the booth. All right. So we're down to 5 minutes, 22 seconds left in the first half. Scores 22-14. Both teams have come out and hit it hard this first half. I think the big difference has been the Eagles have been on point with their three-pointers. Knights are going to have to do something. I am confident that Coach Burton is making that change already. Gray bringing the ball in for the Knights, down to Venom. Venom driving to the top of the paint, passes it out to Gardner. Gardner to Burton in the corner. Burton along the baseline, putting it up for two, and I believe drawing a foul during the shot. We'll see what the ref says. White number 2-4 with a body, and Burton going to the free throw line, shooting for two. Burton number 33, he's a senior on the Knights team. He's one of the two seniors on the boys' high school team. Girls' high school team doesn't have any seniors. They've got two juniors, and Knights high school boys has two seniors. That's Burton and Walker, and one junior, and that's Rust. All right, Eagles bringing the ball down after Burton had 2 attempts at the free throw line. Eagles putting the ball up for a shot and drawing a foul, so they're going to the free throw line for 2. And that was on Green. I wasn't watching the ref on who the foul was, but that's 23, I think, at the free throw line. Can't quite see that number. 24, maybe. I think that's Romero. Yep, 24 Romero. Okay. And second free throw is in. It's 23 to 14. Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights. Over to Burton on the far side. Burton driving to the top of the paint. Passing cross court to Gardner. Gardner to Gray. Gray up to Burton on the wing. Burton driving into the paint, putting it up. It's a miss. Eagles bringing it back. That's Bates, number 3. Passing it over to Napier, number 20. And the pass was a little high. Napier couldn't get it, so it's out of bounds. Off white, green ball. Gray's going to bring it down for the Knights. And he's over to Gardner on the far wing. Gardner moving in. Passing it over to Venom on the near side. Driving into the top of the paint. Putting a shot up for effort on 2. And they're tipping it away from the basket. Trying to keep the Eagles from rebounding. And it ends up out of bounds. Eagles let it go out. Eagles ball under the Knights basket at the baseline. Eagles bringing the ball in. Number 32 bringing it across. That's Christian. And 23 McGinnis. Back to Christian. Christian down to Bates. Bates back to Christian. Christian driving into the paint, putting a shot up. No good. And there's Gray jumping for a beautiful rebound. And Gray trying to make a fast break. Christian came up beside him, caught him off guard on his blind side, and stole the ball during the dribble. And Burton, I believe, stealing the ball under the Eagles basket. Gray bringing it back down. And it's over to Venom on the near side. Venom driving into the paint, putting it up, missed it. And Napier with a rebound. All right, and there goes Bates. Option, he was in close, but he passed it back out to McGinnis. Christian under the basket trying to get the ball off the floor. Burton got it, and Coach Burton calls timeout. Saw that player Burton was on the floor and about to get a travel for Roland trying to pass the ball, so Coach called a timeout, and it's a full timeout, I believe. Really, really exciting action here. Both teams are playing hard.
You are watching Pccs TV.
Venom bringing the ball into Gray. Gray bringing it down and driving down to the paint. And there's a whistle, travel. Folks, if you've been watching PCCS for any time at all, you've heard me say it several times. I don't know the rules. I don't know the calls very well. So I don't question the refs at all. I didn't see the travel, but I wasn't watching. There's Gray with a beautiful steal on the pass, going to put the shot up, and he draws a foul. What a great return. Love to see that. That's a good steal and a nice return down to the basket. That was on white 32. Gray going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. Oops, I lost my scoreboard camera. We're going to restart that. Should be back momentarily. There it is. 23 to 14 currently. Gray's first free throw is up, and it's 23 to 15. Gray's second free throw is up, and it's good. Another good shot. 23 to 16. Eagles bringing the ball down. 2 minutes, 49 seconds left in the first half. That was Napier with the ball. No, I'm sorry. That was McGinnis with the ball. Back to McGinnis. And over to 24. 24 over to Napier. Oh, there's a shot. Eagles put it up, and it's good for two. 25-16. Knights returning the ball. Gray over to Venom on the near corner. Venom driving down the baseline. Puts it out to Gray for a long two-point. No good. Eagles get the rebound. That's McGinnis driving down to the paint. Passing it over, but it's out of bounds. So it's Knights' ball under the Eagles' basket. Gray bringing it back. Over to Burton. Burton across court to Venom. Venom driving into the top of the paint. Over to Gray. Gray over to Rust. Rust to Venom. Venom to Burton. Burton going for three. Oh. There's Walker to tip it out to Venom. Venom put it up. Still no good. Eagles. That's McGinnis with the ball. Bringing it down. Passing it over to Napier. Napier to 13. Stuckey. Stuckey back to McGinnis for a three-point effort. No good. And, the Eagles dove after it. Sent it back in. Walker grabbed it and put it over to Rust. Rust to Gray. They're going to set up an offense. And, that's McGinnis trying to tip the ball. Knights put it up. Missed the shot. And the Eagles get the rebound. Cross court to 24. Romero. Burton with a rebound on the missed shot. Over to Venom. Venom trying to make a fast break. Gets down there and he's going to slow up. Driving into the paint. Passes it out to Rust. Rust out to Gray. Missed the pass and no. So Gray grabbed a hold of it and made another pass before he went over the backcourt line. And pass was a little out. So ball's out of bounds on the Knights. Eagles ball. Eagles make it a sub. Didn't see who came in. Might have been number 3, Bates, coming in. McGinnis is going to take a breather. All right, Romero's got the ball. He's swinging it around to the far side, coming back over. Passes it to, I can't see the number. That's number 3. That's Bates. Bates over to 20 on the far side. That's Napier. Napier over to... No, Napier still got it. Over to Romero, driving down into the paint, and... 3 on Green. I think they may have given the wrong number because I don't think 3 was near that. Might have been 33 or I'm not sure. But either way, it was a foul on Green. Scoreboard says 3, so we'll go with that. All right, white ball. They're passing it up top to Bates. Bates with a long 3. It's off the back of the rim, and there's Gardner with a rebound. Passing it out to Venom. Venom's got some room to run. He's going to slow it up. Over to Gray. Setting a screen. Gray over to Venom. Venom going for 3. And, Burton with a rebound. He's doing his own 3. Nope. Walker there doing his thing, getting the rebound, putting it back up. And 33 White with a foul, I believe. Yep. So Walker going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. First free throw, nothing but net. That's a beautiful shot. Ben Walker, 25-17. Ben Walker's second free throw. It's a miss. Napier gets a rebound over to Romero. Romero trying to make a fast break. He slows up but lets an offense set up. He's down to 13, Stuckey. It's up top to Bates. Bates driving into the paint, puts a shot up. 4 seconds, no good. Walker to Burton. Burton heaving the ball. Nope, no buzzer beater there. Good effort, though. Good situational awareness. Well, part of that was the audience calling down the clock. All right, folks, that's halftime. As we break for halftime, we'll be back in just, it looks like, I don't remember if we're doing a 5 or a 10-minute break on halftime here. But either way, we'll be back shortly with live action in the third quarter. In the meantime, let's recognize some sponsors at Polk County Christian School. These are people who businesses who regularly contribute to PCCS, especially during our annual auction in March. And those sponsors include, they're not limited to, but they include KYOO, AM/FM in Bolivar, Need More Vacations, Shell and Hammer Construction, Womack Monuments, Bill Roberts Chevrolet, Edward Jones, Mid-Missouri Bank, Shelter Insurance, Stewart's Custom Designs, Wild Man Plumbing, Douglas Hahn and Heidemann PC, Etch Salon, First Baptist Church, Hogan Farms, Motor Monkeys, Oak Star Bank, Parton Real Estate, Pitts Chapel, Polk County Crop Services, State Farm Insurance, Bryant Chastain, Agent, State Farm Insurance, Gianna Andrews, Agent, All Creatures Animal Clinic, Bank of Missouri, Bolivar Ready Mix, Creator Designs and Delights, Garrettson's Trash Service, and Hubbard Realty. Folks, we appreciate all our sponsors at Polk County Christian School. That is certainly not an inclusive list by any means. We have a lot of sponsors at PCCS that help us to provide the Christian education we do for students in our community. So I'm going to load up the schedule from Game Changer. We'll go over some upcoming schedule items real quick. So like I mentioned earlier, Monday on the 24th of November, we've got games El Dorado Springs Buffs in Bolivar. And then on December 1st, high school girls travel to Lebanon. TCCS Lions hosting PCCS. That's the high school girls and the high school boys. And then on December 2nd, high school girls and high school boys hosting TCA Eagles from Hollister. December 5th, high school boys Knights hosting Lake of the Ozarks Flames in Bolivar. And that will not be live. The other games on the 24th of December 1st, December 2nd will all be live. At least we're expecting them to be live. December 5th, we are not available for live. If we have somebody available to record, we'll do that. We'll make that available. And on December 18th, middle school girls versus the Saints and middle school boys both versus the Saints. And I'll be honest, I don't remember off the top of my head if that one's going to be live or not. Let me pull up a different document and I can share if that'll be live or not. Down to a minute left in the halftime. All right. Looking at the schedule. The game I was looking for was middle school. Versus SLS, Springfield Lutheran Schools. And that is not going to be live streamed. That was December 16, I believe. Yeah. I mentioned December 18th. It is not the 18th. It's December 16th. That will not be live. All right. Players are back out on the court. Ready for second half action. Score is 25-17 going into the second half. Eagles leading by 8. And it's going to be white ball at the start of the second half. And we're back in action. McGinnis passing it over to the corner. Shot goes up for a long three. It's no good. McGinnis getting the rebound, puts it over. Walker getting that rebound, trying to pass it to Gray, and Romero steals the ball. Eagles bringing it back toward the basket, and there's a whistle. Ref says push on 3. That's Gray. Push was on the floor, so not during a shot. Romero bringing the ball in for the Eagles. Over to Napier. Napier over to 32. Christian. Over to Romero, and not sure what the call was here. We'll see. Green 33 with a block. All right, white ball. I'm not sure what happened there, but it tickled the scorer's table. All right. And White brings the ball in. It's over to Bates. Bates over to Napier in the corner. Napier up for 3, no good, but the Eagles get the rebound on that. Burton trying hard not to foul. And it's back over to Napier. Napier out to McGinnis. McGinnis over to the far corner. And that's to Christian, up for 3, no good. And 3 Knights on that rebound. Walker, Burton, Gray. Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights. Bounce pass to Rust. Rust overhead pass out to Gray. Gray over to Burton. Burton driving into the paint, putting it out to Venom. Venom to the top of the paint, over to Walker, and Walker stepping back for a shot, no good. And that's Napier with the rebound. Nobody to send it to, so he passes it to McGinnis to return it. McGinnis bringing it down court over to 33. That's Nick. Nick over to Bates. Bates out to Christian. Christian driving into the paint, and shot's no good. Gray got to bring the ball down for the Knights. Nobody to pass it to. He sends it across court to Rust. Rust putting up a jump shot. Good for 2. Beautiful shot from Rust. He didn't have a defender and took advantage of that. McGinnis down to Bates in the corner. Gray out there for defense. Bates back out to McGinnis. McGinnis over to Christian. Christian out to McGinnis. McGinnis calling out an offense. Christian moving into place, giving a screen, and ball's back out to Christian. Now down to McGinnis in the corner. McGinnis driving into the paint. Christian getting the ball. Gray going for it, and jump ball, I believe. Yep. Ref says jump ball, and possession goes to Green. Venom going to bring the ball in for the Knights. And Venom down to Burton in the near corner. Burton driving along the baseline, putting it up. And shot's no good. Tipped out of bounds. White ball. Walker trying to get in on that rebound. All right, Christian bringing the ball down for the Eagles. Over to Bates. Bates to McGinnis. McGinnis cross court to the near corner to Christian. Christian to Bates. Bates driving into the paint, back out to Christian. Christian coming up top. Down to Bates. Bates to Napier in the corner for 3. And it bounces around on top of the rim and comes out. McGinnis getting the rebound. McGinnis down to Bates maybe in the corner. Couldn't see the number. Puts it up for 3 and it's in. Bounced off the rim and fell in. That's what matters. It goes up on the scoreboard, folks. That's what they want to see. Gray over to Burton. Burton to Venom. Venom driving into the paint, putting the shot up, draws a foul. And I think Venom's going to the free throw line, shooting for 2, I think. Looks like it. Ref says White 2-3 with a block. That's McGinnis. Venom's first free throw is a miss. Second free throw is a miss, and there's 2 or 3 Knights getting the tip on that rebound, but the Eagles come out with it, and that's 32. Christian driving down. And that was, I think, on 25. Venom with a foul. Oops. All right. Eagles bring the ball in. Passing it out to Bates. Bates over to McGinnis. Open for three. Puts it up. It's off the rim. Walker getting that rebound. Over to Burton. Burton to Gray. Gray sending it down. And nobody open, so he puts it to Burton. Burton to Gray. Rust. Rust to Burton over to Venom. Now to Gray. Gray driving along the baseline for a jump shot. Draws a foul. Green 3-2. That's on Christian with a foul. And Stuckey queuing up to sub in as soon as they get the first free throw over. Gray on the free throw line shooting for two. First one's good. It's in. Stuckey coming in for Christian. Gray up to the line for his second free throw. It's good. Nothing but net on that one. And Eagles bringing the ball down, 28-21. Sending it cross court, and there's Rust with a beautiful steal mid-pass. Gives the ball over to Burton to bring it down for the Knights. Over to Rust. Rust to Venom in the corner. Venom going for three. Holy smokes, folks. Nothing but net. That's what we need. The Eagles been doing that to us, so the Knights got to start returning some of that. All right, Knights put it. Eagles put it up, missed the shot, and Nick gets the rebound. He's bringing it up top over to Stuckey. Stuckey over to the corner. Oh wow, there's another three-pointer for the Eagles. 31-24. Gray bringing the ball down over to Burton. Burton up to Gray. Gray going for three, and nope, not quite. And loose ball on the floor. Everybody's after it. There's a whistle. Ref says white ball. Green 33 with a push. All right. Gardner coming in. Burton's on his fourth foul. He's going to take a breather. All right. McGinnis bringing the ball down for the Eagles. Over to Stuckey. Stuckey to McGinnis. McGinnis over to Bates. Bates making a three-point effort. Gardner with a beautiful rebound. Over to Gray to bring it down. Gray down to Rust in the corner. Rust back up to Gray for a three-point effort. No good. And Stuckey with a rebound. Over to Nick. Nick bringing it back. Nick over to McGinnis. McGinnis driving into the baseline. And Walker there to block the shot. McGinnis passed it out to the other side. Eagles puts shot up. It's no good. Gardner with a rebound. Gives it to Venom to bring across. Venom to Gray. Gray has no shot, passes it to Venom. Venom driving into the basket, putting it up for two, 31-26, folks. Still anybody's game. And out of bounds, off the Eagles, green ball. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Venom bringing the ball down for the Knights. Over to Gardner. Gardner back to Venom. Venom over to Gray. Gray's open. He's taking that three-point shot. Nope, it's a miss. And Russ tips it over to Gardner. Gardner back to Gray for another three. It's a miss. And Eagles making a fast break. That's Napier driving down to the basket. Puts it up. No good. There's a whistle. Ref says white 3. I think can't be 33. 33's on the bench. Oh, that was on white 33. My apologies, folks. That was 33. It was white 33 with a foul. And Knights bringing the ball in. Gray's bringing it down. Over to Gardner. Gardner driving towards the baseline and ball off the toe. It's out of bounds, and there's a block on white number 3. Folks, I got to say, I love being behind the score table because I can see the refs much clearer. All right, passing it into Walker. Walker doing his magic under the basket, putting it right in for 2. It's 31-28. It's a 3-point game suddenly. McGinnis got the ball. The Knights have made some adjustments, and they're starting to show that on the scoreboard. Bates passing the ball up to McGinnis. McGinnis over to Stuckey. Stuckey back to McGinnis, who's driving into the paint. And Walker there to tip the ball up and get that rebound. Gives it to Gray. Gray making a fast break, driving down to the paint. trying to draw the foul, missed the shot, no foul. And the Eagles bringing it back. That's Bates with the ball. It's off a toe, and Walker picks it up. Gray had some room, slowed it up just a second to get control of the dribble. All right, Gray back over to Venom. Venom going for three. Oh, close, but not quite. And Eagles trying to make a fast break. They passed it, and Gray got the pass. He's driving down to the basket, and double dribble. I can see the ref through the players signaling double dribble there. Eagles bringing the ball down. McGinnis bringing it down for the Eagles. A minute left in the third quarter. Scores 31-28. Napier back to McGinnis. McGinnis over to 24. Romero missed the pass. The ball's out of bounds. It's Knights ball. Gideon Walker coming in for the Knights. He's setting up to sub. He's going to sub in for his brother Ben Walker. Gideon going to try his hand at that Walker magic under the basket. All right, Gray bringing the ball down. Giving Ben a breather. That's good. Ben's been in for the whole game, I think. All right, Venom putting the shot up. It was a miss. He gets his own rebound over to Gardner. Gardner back to Venom. Over to Gray for three. Gray's open and no good. Napier passing it down court to McGinnis. McGinnis avoiding the defense. Puts the shot up after the defender passed him. Gideon with a good effort there on the defense. Appreciate him getting down court that quick to be there for it. All right, Gray trying to pass the ball. Swiped away, batted away by McGinnis. Knights bringing the ball back. Gray's got it. He's putting up a three. Oh, around the back of the rim, and it's out. There's a buzzer. That's the end of the third quarter, folks. It's a 5-point game going into the fourth quarter. The Knights have closed that gap significantly. They have made some changes, and Coach has seen what his changes have done. I'm sure that Coach Burton is making some fine-tuning, seeing if we can make some additional adjustments to the scoreboard as soon as we come back into action. Exciting basketball here tonight. This is the last game for the Knights for this tournament. While we're on a brief break, give a quick shout out to Coach Brian Gray for his part. You see him there with an iPad. He's running the Game Changer app, which then shows the score on the Game Changer app. And also a short shout out to Emily Burton, who's running stats for the Knights. She's a new teacher at PCCS this year. She's back to PCCS after graduating several years ago. So she is a PCCS alum, back to teach and volunteer with the athletic department. Appreciate her help. And everybody else that's here, you can see the stands are full of parents and family watching the game. And we are back for action. Ref on the sideline with a ball. It's white ball coming in for the fourth quarter. And it's back to action. McGinnis passed the ball to the corner to Bates. Bates with a long three-point effort. No good. Walker there for his rebound. Ben's back in. Got the rebound. Gives it to Rust. Rust to Burton. Burton bringing it down. And Burton sending the ball over to Venom in the corner, who's open for three. Oh, no. Around the rim and back out. Romero gets that rebound. Passing it to McGinnis, but it's out of bounds. So it's Knights ball. On the far end, still a 5-point lead for the Eagles. 32, Christian coming back in. I think, if I remember correctly, I think he's up to 3 or 4 fouls. Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights over to Rust. Rust down to Gray in the corner. No shot. Driving along the baseline. Passing it out to Walker. He missed the pass, and the Eagles passing it to McGinnis. He's got some open court. Tried to pass it to Romero, and it was tipped up. But the Eagles keep possession. Christian's got the ball up top now. Back down to 13 Stuckey over to McGinnis. Back to Stuckey. Now it's down to the corner. Couldn't see the number. They missed the pass. Rust with the rebound on the missed shot or missed pass. Gray bringing it down, going for the shot and drawing a foul. White 1-3 with a push. Gray going to the free throw line, shooting for 2, trying to close that 5-point gap. 6 minutes, 55 seconds left in the game. This game is going for third place in the tournament. Gray's first shot is up. It's a 4-point lead. Gray going for a second free throw. Shot is up. It's off the front of the rim and tipped out of bounds. I think off White. We'll see. Yep, ref says green ball. Venom going to bring it in for the Knights under their own basket. Sending the ball into Burton, and the Eagles saw that, grabbed it. Romero's got it. He's trying to make a fast break of it. Passes it over to McGinnis on the near corner. Back up top to Stuckey, over to Christian. Christian to McGinnis. And McGinnis up to Stuckey. Stuckey down to Christian in the corner. Back to Stuckey. Stuckey over to McGinnis. Coming across the top of the paint. McGinnis back to Christian. Christian driving into the baseline. Going for the shot. Nope. Puts it up to Romero at the free throw line. No good on the shot. Burton for the rebound. And he's going to dribble it out. Pass it over to Gray to bring it across. Gray down to Venom in the corner. No three-point shot. He's driving in. Putting it up. And it's across the rim and out. And Napier got the rebound over to McGinnis. McGinnis bringing it down over to Stuckey. Stuckey back to McGinnis. McGinnis back to Christian. Christian back to McGinnis. And McGinnis driving into the paint, putting it up for an easy two-point layup, folks. That looked exactly like what he would do in practice if I saw him in practice, I'm sure. All right, so it's a 6-point game, 35-29. Gray over to Rust. Rust over to Gray. Gray for a three-point effort. It's off the rim and no good. And the Eagles passing it down court. McGinnis trying to put it in. Nope, he passed it to Christian. Christian put it up for a layup. 37-29. It's an 8-point game. Knights. Rush to Burton. Burton driving into the paint, putting it up. Nope. Draws a foul, though. White 3-2 with a push. Burton on the free throw line. And number 3-3, Nick, queuing up to sub in. Christian up to 4 fouls now. Burton, first free throw is good. Nothing but net. Christian subbing in. I'm sorry, Nick subbing in for Christian. Burton going for his second free throw. Scores 37-30. Eagles leading by 7. Second free throw up. Nothing but net once again. It's a 6-point lead. McGinnis over to Stuckey. Stuckey cross court to Napier. Napier back to McGinnis. And McGinnis driving into the top of the paint. Passing it out to Stuckey for 3. And it's no good. But Nick gets the rebound out to Napier. McGinnis, I'm sorry. McGinnis over to 24, Romero. Trying for 3, no good. 2 players on the floor, and that's Burton, but it's a jump ball. Possession goes to Green. Timeout. White coach, 30-second timeout. Folks, I queued up some audio to play, and it hasn't started yet. It's probably going to start here in a minute. Just a short blurb. I'll see if I can pause that. It may start without me now. Unintentional. I thought it was going to work a little more reactive than it has been. All right, Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights. Over to Venom. Venom to Burton in the corner. Burton back to Venom. Driving into the top of the paint, putting it up. Gentle shot, no good. And Nick got that rebound. He's bringing it down. Long pass. It's out of bounds. Hit the wall. It's going to be Knight's ball. Venom into Gray. Gray's going to bring it down. Gray over to Rust. Rust back to Gray for 3. And, There's Walker on the rebound, getting the tip on it, but it's out to the Eagles. McGinnis grabbed it. And, oh, there's Venom with a beautiful block, folks. That's a highlight reel on that block. Venom bringing the ball into Gray. And Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights. Over to Burton. Burton putting it up for an easy jump shot from beside the rim. Good for two. It's 37-33. 4-point lead for the Eagles. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left in the game. McGinnis over to Nick. Nick going for three. It was in the rim, but bounced out. Venom took the rebound over to Gray. Gray bringing it down. Gray over to Burton. Burton driving into the paint, using Walker for a block. And Walker setting up a good screen so Burton can put it up for two. It's a 2-point lead. McGinnis bringing the ball back for the Knights. McGinnis bringing it back for the Eagles. Knights needed to be doing more of that. McGinnis over to Nick. Nick back up to McGinnis. Faking a three. Back over to, that's to Napier in the corner. No good on that three. And Burton getting that rebound over to Gray. Gray bringing it down. 3 minutes now. Gray cross court to, oh no, trying to get it to Venom. McGinnis was on top of that. Oh. McGinnis passed it over to, I believe that was Napier. And Napier trying to put it up. Drew a foul. Nope, that was Nick drew the foul. Gardner queuing up to go in for the Knights. And Eagles have Bates and I can't see the other number queuing up to go in for the Eagles. First free throw is a miss. Eagles are sending in Bates. Well, they're going to have their other sub hold off for just a minute. Ledger Rust coming out, taking a breather. That's who Gardner went in for. Gardner's first year with the Knights. I think he's a freshman, if I remember correctly. Bates' Eagles' second free throw was a miss, but they end up with a rebound. Knights thought we had it, and timeout on the Eagles. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in the game. 2-point lead for the Knights. Folks, this has been an exciting game this entire game. Full timeout on the Eagles. 2-point lead. The Knights have absolutely made some adjustments during this game and certainly caught back up. So it's still anybody's game. But that's just it. It's anybody's game. The Eagles could absolutely win this, but the Knights certainly could pull this out. This is for third place in the tournament. Super exciting action tonight. Looking forward to the rest of the season. This is the high school boys, I believe their second game of the season, yesterday being their first game. Looking good for the start of the season. I'm excited about the rest of the season after this. There's the ref. I missed it. Ball's on the far sideline. White ball. They bring it in. I think that's Nick. Nope, that's Christian down in the corner with it. Over to Napier. Napier up to McGinnis. McGinnis going for a long three. No good. Walker with a rebound. Passes it out to Gray. And Gray bringing it across. He's slowing it up. Down to Venom in the corner for a three. And it's across the basket, but Gardner there to get that rebound. Up to Gray. Gray driving into the paint, putting it up. A gentle two-pointer. Tied game, folks. 37 all. Like I said, it's anybody's game at this point. And McGinnis over to Stuckey. Stuckey back to McGinnis. McGinnis over to Napier. He's inside the arc. Puts it out to, I think that's Christian. Christian. Oh, nope, that was Bates. And, well, they put it up for two. So it's back to a 2-point lead. Gray's bringing the ball down. 1 minute, 53 seconds left. Burton's got the ball on the far side. Oh, miss on the dribble. And Bates has a loose ball. He's returning it, putting it up. Gardner with a beautiful rebound on a missed layup from the Eagles. Gardner putting the ball over to Gray. Gray's going to slow it up. He's bringing it over to Venom. Venom down to Burton in the corner. Back up to Venom. Venom passing it over to Gardner. Gardner going for three. Oh, no. Close, but not quite. McGinnis had the ball, but Burton stole it and drew a foul on an easy layup. Burton going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. And I missed the ref giving the number on who threw the foul, but that's all right. I think it might have been McGinnis. Oh, the scoreboard says it was 13. That's on Stuckey. I forget they put that on the scoreboard. All right, Burton, first free throw. This one's good. Off the back of the rim, straight down into the net. Burton going for a second free throw. Oh, it's good. It's a tie game, folks. 39 all. McGinnis passing the ball over to Christian. Christian down to Bates. Bates going for 3. Missed it. But he followed a shot. Got the rebound. Nope. It's loose on the floor. Gardner grabbing the ball off the floor. Oh, no. There's a travel. Coach not happy with that. Folks, I can't argue it. I don't know. So, not my place to judge. But the Eagles bringing the ball in under their own basket. Christian's got it on the near corner. Up top to Stuckey. Stuckey to Bates. Bates trying to get in position for a 3. Nope. Down to McGinnis in the corner. McGinnis over to Napier. Napier back up to McGinnis. Driving into the paint. There's Walker to block it, but Napier was under the basket and put it up for 2. The Eagles taking that 2-point lead again. Gray down to Gardner. Gardner back to Gray. Timeout. Timeout on the Knights. Full timeout. Coach Burton absolutely going to make some minor adjustments for the last minute of the game. 44.6 seconds left in the game. And scoreboard table is saying 2 timeouts each side of the score table. Each bench having 2 timeouts left at the moment. Folks, this is exciting basketball. Love to see this. Both teams are having superior sportsmanship and just good basketball play. Good strategy on both sides and good sportsmanship. Love to see it. All right. We're wrapping the tournament up. There's one more game after this. That'll be for first and second place. But I am not staying for that game. When the Knights are over, we're going to call it a day. It's been 6 games this tournament. I'm starting to lose my voice already. All right. Venom bringing the ball into Gray. Gray down to Burton in the corner. Burton to Venom. Venom driving into the paint, putting it up. And ball's out of bounds. Tipped off a White. Still green ball. Ref says bring it in on the sidelines. That'll be Venom bringing the ball in. And Burton putting it up for a long 3. There's a whistle. Travel by the Eagles. That was Napier with a rebound after the missed 3-pointer. And so it's Knights ball. Green ball on the baseline. Venom's going to go bring the ball in. Sends it into Rust. Pass was a little high, but Rust kept it. Burton's got the ball and over to Gray. Gray driving down to the paint, to the baseline, putting it up. Does not draw a foul, but Walker gets it and puts it in for 2. Maybe even drew a foul. I am not sure. We'll see what the ref says. Ref says basket's good. White, 2-3 with a push. I think it was 2-3. Yep, White 2-3 with a push. That's McGinnis. Folks, it's a tie game, and Walker on the free throw line, shooting the free throw. Oh, close. Still a tie game, though, 41 all. McGinnis bringing the ball down for the Eagles, 16 seconds left. This is anybody's game at this point. It could go overtime or somebody could close it here. 8 seconds. And timeout on Eagles. The Eagles ball. You know the Eagles coach is trying to give that last second advice on how they're going to win this. And Coach Burton absolutely trying to give that last second advice on how to keep them from winning it. Folks, this is great basketball on PCCS TV. Love to see this kind of play. quick shout out to the volunteers from Riverview RCS Christian School, manning the score table, official books for the game, and the scoreboard that you see at the bottom of our screen. We've just got a camera pointed at that scoreboard. All right, folks, players are back out on the court. Eagles down to one timeout. 5.5 seconds left in the game. It's white ball on the far sideline. Romero's going to bring the ball in. McGinnis in position to receive it from Romero. McGinnis got the ball, and he's across to Napier. Napier to McGinnis, going for three, and it's no good. That's a game. Well, it's not a game. That's overtime. 41 all. Holy smokes, we'll be going to another round. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure how long the overtime period goes.
You are what?
There's that audio I queued up just a minute ago.
Pccs TV. Promoting Christianity and
All right, folks, my apologies. I tried to queue up some audio during the last timeout, and for some reason that system is running slow right now. That's all right. We'll let it go. I was just saying you're watching PCCS TV, promoting Christianity and compassion at school. And we're going into overtime, so it's a jump ball at center court. Venom and Napier doing the jump. See who gets first possession in the overtime. Looks like a 3-minute on the clock, and Napier got the possession over to McGinnis. Eagles possession, McGinnis over to Bates. Bates to the corner to Napier. Napier putting it up for three. Sinks a tray right off the bat. 44-41. The Knights are going to have to return that. Gray with a long pass to Rust. Napier there to try and break that up, but the Knights keep the ball. Gray cross court to Burton. Burton jumping to get that pass and diving in the paint. Drew a foul. White 2-4. Romero with a block. Burton at the free throw line, trying to get the Knights within 1 point. We're 28 seconds into the overtime 3-minute period. First free throw is good, nothing but net. Second free throw is up, and Walker gets the rebound on the missed shot, and he puts it back for a shot. It's two. And so now it's a tie game, 44 all. Eagles bringing it back. Christian's got the ball. He's trying to get through the paint. Can't. Puts it out to Napier, going up for three. And it's across the basket. Rust and Bates on that rebound. Ball's out of bounds off White. Green ball. And the Eagles are sending Stuckey back in. He's going to sub for Romero. Knights, Venom bringing the ball into Gray. Folks, you can feel the tension from here. Everybody is excited. They are in this game. Venom to Burton, Burton to Venom, Venom to Rust, Rust to Burton, Burton driving down the baseline, putting it up for a gentle layup. No good. Napier with a rebound and passing it over to Christian. Christian trying to make a fast break. He meets a defender at the paint, puts it out to Stuckey. Stuckey down to Bates. Bates over to Christian. Christian bringing it up top. He's back over to Bates. Bates swinging it over to the far side, over to Napier on the wing. Napier up top to McGinnis. McGinnis down to Bates in the corner. McGinnis tipping it back up to the basket. Shot was no good. And now Stuckey's got it, puts it up, no good. But McGinnis gets that rebound. And let's see what the ref says. There was a whistle. Not sure what the call was or the signal. Ref says green on the arm. They're going to take two shots. I'm not sure which number. Oh, number 3. That was Landon Gray. McGinnis at the free throw line. Tie game, 44 all. And it's still 44 all after the first free throw. One minute, 21 seconds left in the overtime. Second free throw is good. Nothing but net on that. So it's a 1 point lead for the Eagles. Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights. They're going to slow it up. Over to Venom. Venom down to Burton in the corner. Back up to Venom. Over to Rust. Rust over to Venom. Venom driving into the paint, putting the shot up to Walker. Walker to Burton. Burton putting the shot up, drawing a foul. Burton's going back to the free throw line, I believe. We'll see what the ref says. White 2-3 with a block. That's on McGinnis. Burton at the free throw line, shooting for two. Last time he was at the free throw line, he, I think, hit the first one, missed the second. We'll see what he does here. Shot is good. Beautiful shot. Tie game, 45 all. Second shot is, around the rim, out, and Napier with a rebound over to Christian. Christian bringing it down. He gives it over to Stuckey. Stuckey back to McGinnis. McGinnis driving into the paint. No shot. Puts it out to Bates. Bates with three. And Gray bringing the ball down, trying to pass it, beat that defender over to Rust. Rust out to Gray. Gray with a three-point shot off the rim. And the Eagles make the rebound. Burton steals the ball, goes to put it up. Walker there. Nope, it's on the floor. The Eagles making a fast break. Number 3, that's Bates. Couldn't get the ball around his back for the shot and traveled. 25.9 seconds. And the Knights trailing by 3. Timeout. I think that's a timeout on the Knights. Holy smokes, folks. What an exciting game. Ref says Knights, full timeout. Wow. This is crazy, crazy basketball, but I love it. This is what I'm here for, folks. I want to see a good game. All right, Eagles breaking their huddle. They're ready. Knights. Knights are ready. They're back on the court. It's green ball. Knights bringing it in from their backcourt. Venom going down to the baseline to get the ball from the ref. Venom over to Gray. Gray back to Venom. Venom back to Gray. Gray for the 3. And nope, it's a miss. Napier with a rebound. And the ball's on the floor. Stuckey with a rebound. And there's a foul. Let's see what the ref says. Oh, no. White ball on the sideline. That was a foul on Gray. 9.7 seconds left. And Eagles lead by 3. All right, folks. Walker down to block the shot, and Venom beat him down there. That's a highlight reel, folks. Gray bringing it down. Oh, buzzer beater, and it's close, but no good. That's a 3-point win for the Eagles, fair and square, folks. I'm rooting for the Knights all the way, but what a great game for both teams. That's what we're here to see, is phenomenal basketball, and that's what we had tonight. Love to see that, folks. That was like they were going for the championship. Those guys were here to win. All right. That's a game. Folks, we're going to close up shop, and we'll see you Monday night for live basketball, PCCS Knights versus ECS Buffs in Bolivar.
Broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All rights reserved.
I know. All right, you want to bring my bags over?